Alrighty, folks. Hello, Mr. Matthew Larson here. Lesson 5 for Unit 1 on the early American colonies. We're going to talk about the French and Indian War, also known as the 7 Years' War, depending on where you are located. So the objective here, analyze the impact of the French and Indian War, or the 7 Years' War, and it's on the creation of the United States of America. So it's called the French and Indian War in the United States. Pretty much everywhere else, it is called the 7 Years' War. And we'll go into why that is and a little bit more detail in just a second. First and foremost, this is going to be between the French and the British. As we have talked about before, France and Britain do not like each other for a number of reasons, and these are them on the screen. Number one, they are the most powerful states in Europe at this time. This is a way of exerting influence and maintaining their own sovereignty. So sovereignty is pretty much the ability to do what you want in your own place and not being told what to do by another person. Remember from earlier in this unit, we talked about Richard Hakluyt and his reason for sending the reason the British should colonize North America. This idea of exerting your influence is huge. So France and Britain are both trying to exert influence. They're both in North America at this time period. The conflict is a brewing. Number two is there is a history of violent conflict and clashes between these two countries. Number one, we have the 100 Years' War. We've got the War of Spanish Succession, and we've got the War of Austrian Succession, which is going on at the same time as this is happening. So these two countries, they already don't like each other. They already are fighting. It's just going to kind of spill over here. Number three is you've got the difference between Catholic France and Protestant England. That is going to play a role in here. And then economics as well. Land to farm and grow cash crops that you can then sell to make yourself more money. So that's a real quick kind of oversimplified overview of the different causes of the war. Now, you can see a map right here of the different territories, and you're going to see why, as I explain, conflict is going to happen. The war is actually going to go on from 1756 until 1763. And it is a continuation of the War of Austrian Succession. Now, we don't need to know for this course a lot about the War of Austrian Succession. Just know it's happening in Europe, right? So it was happening in Europe. It's going to spill over into North America. So just like a pot of boiling water, it's rough, it's turbulent, right? It's hot and contentious. Once it gets too hot, the bubbles come over and spill onto the stove. It's going to spill over into North America. Now, there is limited space available in North America at this time. So you can see the red on the east coast is going to be controlled by the British. The blue going down the middle is going to be controlled by the French. The purple is also British. It was previously French, but it's going to go to the British by a Treaty of Utrecht in 1713. So earlier on in the century. Orange is going to be Spanish. They're not going to really be playing much of a part in this conflict, so we're not going to talk about them. As you can see here, the British only have so much space. They can expand before they start running into French territory. That is going to lead conflict because the British want to expand, and they're naturally going to kind of start moving westward when land is, quote, filling up by British settlers. So you've got settlers here. They are on the land. They're farming. You need more land to farm. You're going to kind of move out west. The problem is that is land that is controlled by the French, so that's going to lead to some conflict. There's a desire for expansion of trade. Again, cash crops are the predominant thing here. If you can move out west, you have more land to farm. If you have more land to farm, you have more goods to sell. You can sell those goods in Europe and make yourself some money. Both sides of this conflict are going to be seeking support from the native tribes in the region. So you've got the British who are going to seek alliances by the Native Americans. You're going to see the French who are going to seek alliance by the Native Americans. They want these individuals to be supporting them because they are more soldiers. They're in your area. They're already here, so it's easier for them to fight for you. Also, they're good warriors for the most part, and you can use that to your advantage. Now, the native tribes were more likely to support the French in this conflict than they were to support the British. They had a longer standing relationship with the French than they did the British. It just naturally made more sense for them to support the French versus supporting the British. Impact of the war. Number one, France loses. Because France loses, they lose territory, and as a result of that, they're going to lose the opportunity to trade. So this is going to be a major impact for the French. Their empire in North America is shrinking as a result of this. Number 2, we have French Acadians located in Maine, which at this point is a part of the state of Massachusetts. They're going to be deported. They don't want French people who supported the French living in the British colony. Therefore, they're going to send them away. So they deport them down to Louisiana, which is still going to be controlled by the French. These people will later come on to be the Cajuns, so we get some good food coming out of this in the United States. But they are deported from their location, moving somewhere else. For Britain, the impact is really twofold right through here. Number 1, it is expensive to fight a war. Because it's expensive to fight a war, you are going to need to pay for that somehow. So Britain gets a lot of debt as a result of this war, which leads them to raise taxes. These taxes are going to be raised on the American colonies. So that's going to be kind of impacting the creation of the United States, because we know no taxation without representation. That rally cry of the American Revolution is going to come really from this. Last thing, not on the screen, but G-dubs. George Washington is a big figure in the French and Indian War, fighting for the British. Kind of earns his chops right in here. He gets to know what he's doing, learn how to fight, and that is going to be very consequential in terms of the American Revolution, which we'll learn about in the next set of videos. Comments, questions, let me know. See you later. Good luck.